So, here's another talking topic, because I assume we're gonna keep going here.
Yeah.
So, I know it's gonna sound stupid. I know it's gonna sound stupid because we talk about this so often, and me and you in particular talk about it so often. For Monster Hunter, and I'm gonna leave a lot of this discussion in, so just FYI for you in particular.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a monster that has not come back in either Gen 5 or Gen 6, which would you pick and why?
That has not come back specifically. So this is an old or a.
So yeah, Gen 4 or newer, but spin-offs too. Does not matter there.
Okay. So we are including spin-offs, or we're not?
We are. It's fine to include spin-offs.
Okay. Um. Well, to be honest, like, I know I've talked about this quite a bit, mostly off cam, but obviously Baruki is a favorite of mine,
Yeah.
and I would love to see him come back. But realistically, if I was just to stick to main series, I know it would be really hard to justify. I know. But part of me really badly wants Atoka. I know it would be really hard to justify, and quite frankly, it's probably never going to happen, but I would love nothing more than to see new live streamers be like, oh, that thing looks like it's easy to get. What the fuck is it doing?
So, in terms of Atoka, do you want just the monster to come back, or do you want like her whole arena and everything to come back?
I want her whole arena and everything to come back.
Okay.
So I would be fine with just her if that's what it had to be. Like they just really couldn't justify her arena, fine. But like if they could bring everything back, that would be great.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna actually break the mold because you've heard me mention so many different monsters off cam that I would love to see back. There's one that I haven't mentioned a whole lot, and we recently fought it in Generations because for context, guys, we've been playing Generations while we're waiting for Wild's Ultimate and the rest of the title updates to come out. And I think now, obviously, I'll reserve further judgment until we actually fight him in a high rank in the hub. But I would like Nakarkos to come back. Could you imagine, with the new skeleton rig that they made, with that arena, with the full mobility? Oh my god! I'm getting hard just thinking about it.
I'm gonna be honest though. I worry about him in one regard only. Not in the sense of like I worry he's gonna be too hard or anything. I wonder how the wounding mechanic would work with him.
Well, and you could pull a situation where maybe he is armor. Maybe because of all the bones, you have to break through his bone armor to get to his wounds.
I mean, that could work, I suppose.
Or maybe you could pull. You just can't kind of you can pull a funny and have the wounds just be on the tentacles because they at least in terms of the low rank fight that we fought, it looked like the tentacles were the only weak spots. So maybe make the ideal places that the attacks are for the wounds. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because then when phase 2 kicks in, you can then mark his face up too with the wounds too. Well, what will be his face. And that pearl is also a massive weak spot anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, again, I'll reserve for judgment until we fight him in phase 2 in the high rank and then in master rank when he has his full moveset. But just from seeing the music, looking at the fight, doing the first part of the fight, which me and you did all right, honestly. Um,
Yeah.
I think seeing that fight reimagined in a six-jet engine with the new cephalopod rig could be really interesting. And I saw a video that someone was dissecting the Monster Hunter music for Nikarkos. And they made a point that I thought was interesting. Since Nikarkos does use certain monsters' skeletons, why not have little references of their motifs or melodies in its theme?
How do you mean?
So, like, because Gladness is in there, why not have a little like leitmotif or melody section of Gladness's theme in Nikarkos' theme
That'd be interesting.
to kind of portray him mimicking the other monsters that he collects the bones from?
Huh.
Or if we want to push this scheme further in terms of mechanics, maybe pull a little bit of a Miru where he'll switch between different bones he's using for different moveset adjustments.
That'd be interesting.
It probably is a little bit half-assed, but it kind of lets Nikarkos be more dynamic, I feel. Because realistically, New Udra and Zulu are massive. Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And yet they are still fast. Zulu especially is very fast.
Yeah.
So imagine Nikarkos' size with New Udra's speed, and then adding that mechanic on top of it. Ooh. Yeah. I'm getting nightmares just thinking about that. That would be craziness. And then we haven't even seen like the dragon energy that he uses in his actual full form.
Right.
So it's like it'd be insane. It's kind of funny. We both picked Generations monsters.
Yeah.
But like a lot of these monsters that are classified as Elder Dragons but aren't Elder Dragons, I feel like are a little weird. And Nikarkos is the biggest example of it. Especially now that we have the Cephalopod class, I would like to see Nikarkos reclassed to a Cephalopod and him really utilizing that Cephalopod skeleton that they gave New Udra and Zulu.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And that's just you. And that's all that we do.
Yep. So guys, let us know in the comments if you play Monster Hunter. Let us know what monsters you think should return to Gen 6, and why you think that. Anything goes. Spin-off games.
Yeah, as long as it's from Gen 4 and earlier. Any monsters are game there. We're totally fine. And all 3 spin-off games from Frontier Online and Explorer are game as well. So have some fun. Also, make sure to answer the Pokemon questions that were asked as well. And we will just keep on rolling here. Hopefully, we're not going to be doing this for too long.
Yeah. Well, I also lost 25 levels, so I'm not thrilled. So I'm gonna get some resources here just to kind of get my levels back up, and then after that, I'm probably calling it quits because it's gonna take a while to recover everything I just lost.
That is the one downside to turning off keep inventory, but that's kind of how the game expects you to go.
Yeah, well, anyway.
That's another debate we could throw in. Keep inventory.
I mean, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. And you guys can at me in the comments if you want. I don't care. In my mind, I am okay with a game that challenges you to do things a hard way. That is not the issue I have. The issue I have is when the intention of the game is to be nice and relaxing. I find Minecraft generally nice and relaxing, and I like to keep it that way. So whenever I play Minecraft, I usually turn on keep inventory because then if I die, I'm like, okay, doesn't really matter. But if I'm working so freaking hard to get to a certain area and then I die, lose all my items, and start from nothing, I don't find that fun anymore. I find it irritating, annoying, and stupid. So, this is a debate for you guys in the comments. If you're playing legitimate survival, do you find it fun or stressful? And why? So, for me, like I said, I turn on keep inventory so I can have a relaxed time, no stress, no worry at all, not a care if I die. And I find that fun. But, I'm not everybody, so justify your guys' reasoning in the comments. Do you prefer keep inventory or do you prefer it off?
Well, let's clarify.
Yeah. So, and, I know Fred's whole point is that, base Minecraft didn't have keep inventory. So, which he's correct. And then when you first started playing Minecraft, you had no keep inventory, correct?
Correct, because the first one I played was Pocket Edition, which was on the iPad, which would have been 2013.
Yeah.
20.
So you didn't even have the option available to you.
Yeah, no. Of course, though, Pocket Edition back then was a very different game. Very different game.
Do you remember the Nether generator?
Yes. Yes, I do. And I hated every minute of it.
It kind of, like, I kind of wish, I know that obviously in this, Bedrock and everything, official version, I know that, like, we have the Nether, but I kind of want them to bring the Nether generator back just because it was just kind of fun to have, like, this giant Nether castle get generated in your world.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. It was confusing for sure, but it was definitely interesting.
Yeah. The only thing that I found kind of annoying was the fact that so the Pocket Edition I played was not an iPad or anything. It was on the Amazon Fire.
Wow, the Amazon Fire, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's kicking it old school.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, so yeah, it was on the Amazon Fire.
Actually, you want old school? How about the Kindle?
Oh, fuck me, dude.
That was the first device I owned, was a Kindle.
Oof.
Yeah. Anyway, continue with your story. I just
Yeah. But yeah, so the first time I played Minecraft Pocket Edition was on the Amazon Fire. And, like, essentially, it was at a family member's house, and I was playing it, and then I looked up, whether or not the Nether was in Pocket Edition. And everyone kept saying, yes, it was. But, like, I built a Nether portal, and it's like, nothing's happening. And, like, I was starting to think that I was getting lied to, but then there were people in Pocket Edition building with netherrack. And I'm like, what the flip? Where did you get the netherrack? So, I thought I was missing something, but, like, I kept seeing, like, video after video after video of just, like, nether core. And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? So then when I finally figured out what it was and what it did, I was like, oh. So I looked up how to activate it, but I didn't look up what it did. And I kind of assembled it in the middle of my house.
No, that was smart.
Yeah, because I didn't want to know what it did. So I just sit there and I put it and I turn it on and then the game freezes. Like it's completely frozen. And I'm like, oh great, I crashed my own game. Okay. So I was about to exit out when suddenly it started loading again, and suddenly there are like eight pig, like zombie piglins or zombie pigmen in my base. My entire base is covered in netherrack. All my chests were broken, and I'm sitting there going, "What the flying hell happened?"
And that's why
Yeah,
you
that
look
was
stuff
fun.
up.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that was fun. So freaking, I sat there just looking like, what the hell is going on? And then I finally like got out of my house, looked up, and I was like, oh shit me. So yeah, that was fun. But like, I generated a new world, and then when I got to that point again, made sure to like take it away from my base.
Nah.
But once like a final look at it, like legitimately having the nether core generate what looks like a nether castle, like really did look cool.
Yeah, and I understand why they didn't put the Nether in Pocket Edition originally, because it was probably gonna just crash the system.
Yep.
So I get why, but it was confusing the way that was integrated from the old school Pocket Edition. Now it's really fluid. It's nice. It's easy to keep up with because they're all the same system now. It's all because all the system's so powerful enough that we can generate it. Doesn't matter what system's used.
Yep.
But yeah, like because okay, I'm gonna delve into territory here. It's probably a little much, but for reference, I got my first gaming system before I got the first handheld device. I got my first gaming system I got was in 2011. No, wait. No, it would have been 2009. Yeah, I think it was 2009. What was when I got the Nintendo Wii. And my first handheld device, which was a Amazon Kindle Fire, I didn't get till 2013. So
Yeah.
I've always kind of been on that back foot of consoles and handhelds because again I've said this before, but I haven't said it on camera. I didn't get a PS4 until 2020, which just sounds stupid saying that out loud. But yeah, so a lot of this old school stuff I was more familiar with in terms of like being behind the back foot, not having the updated systems and everything.
Yep.
So, but anyway, that's probably stupid to bring up, but whatever.
Eh. Fine.
Eh.
All right. Well, I think it's about time to call me there. We entered the nether. I proceed to lose all my shit. Just so much fun. But what we're probably gonna do is I'm gonna start building up levels again. We're gonna go enchanting. I'm probably going to invest in some fire protection armor. Um,
Well, if we can find either a blaze or a magma cream, we can get fire res.
well, we need to find a fortress even with finding that because we need nether wart.
True.
So that's the main problem. Once we get fire res, the nether becomes a little bit easier. Still hell, still sucks, but the problem is we have to find the fortress to get the nether wart.
And just so we are clear, just so I'm going to say this right now. Unfortunately, guys, me and Jeremy have about the stupidest luck trying to find a fortress. So 9 times out of 10, we find the fortress by me just spectating and trying to find one. So this is going to be the literal definition of hell on earth.
Yeah. Because we don't have the option of spectating.
Well, technically we do. I'm not going to implement it because that was the point of this world.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's how
anyway,
handicapped we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, what I'm probably going to focus on is if we can find the stronghold off cam, at least find it and locate it, then we'll record us going into it. But what I'm probably going to focus on is, we probably should have said this at the start of the video, the mine shaft we found in the other episode, Fred's been stripping that down to literally bare bones, getting all the wood, getting all the rails, everything.
Yes.
And then I am starting on a project to entirely clear that mountain over there of trees. It is going to be a long process, I'm aware of that, but I'm going to burn all that down for charcoal, and then that way we're going to have a shit ton of charcoal and we don't have to worry about it. So,
yep.
It's a slow process and it's going to take time, but that's going to be our early work off cam.
Yeah.
So, because the biggest thing that I want this survival series to be, guys, is one, it's supposed to be a learning experience for me, because again, I have not played a legit survival in years. I'm not happy to be doing it, but it's a learning experience for me. And second, it's going to give me the freedom to express certain things that I've never been able to do on a Let's Play series.
Yes.
So, that's the whole point of this.
Yeah, so realistically, and this is probably going to be dumb to say, you're going to be the last defining reason before we pull the plug on the series.
Yeah.
So, look forward to that.
So, anyway, we're going to outro here, guys. Thank you for joining us this video. Sorry it's been kind of a spastic one. We really just don't plan these things. This is not like... We go in with a semi-set plan, and then if things go to shit, they go to shit.
Yeah. All hell breaks loose. We all die of unnatural causes, and that's the end of it. Plus, we've been very busy the last few weeks because we bomb rushed, like, I think, 15 videos or something like that. And so yeah. I've been doing a lot of editing, so we haven't had a lot of time to record in the last few weeks.
Yipper-doodle. So, anyway, but we have this coming out. We're going to be bouncing between this and Wild Hearts.
And also the crossover event for Wilds.
Yes, we will be doing that as well. So
stuff's coming, it's just taking time, and this video is not going to be out till October, so...
So, anyway, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.